Hey everyone, it's HonestHughie here. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. And this video is going to be another topic that I want to discuss. I've been wanting to discuss this for a while. And I watched a few movies that were on my list of like hyped up movies. And just disappointed me really bad. And there's a problem with it. It's not just me, it disappointed the missus. And it disappointed like fans of the genre. So the genre I'm talking about today is horror movies, and I'm going to talk about the problem with them and what people are doing wrong with them. And I think this has been going on for quite a bit, but it's where they do a slow burn horror, but it's just slow and there's nothing to it. Where I'm going to give some examples of where slow burn horrors really work, where a slow build up can work, compared to these movies I'm going to mention that don't work. So I'm going to start off on the reason why I'm doing this list and what movie I've seen. There we go. Get out. I shot you. I've got the fan up here because I don't need it downstairs no more. It's freezing. There we go. It's not in my shot no more now. So I'll start off with a movie that just triggered me, we'll say. Well, there's a few movies. One of them I expected not to be good, but I didn't realise it was going to be as boring as it was. That's the difference. This is what I'm getting into in this video, is the fact that they're getting across boring, instead of like at least slow and sort of tension and building up to something that you sort of are looking forward to, or like the payoff is good. This movie that I'm on about, it's what I watched last night. I watched him. Well, I say I watched him. I got 50 minutes into it. I clocked out the 40-minute mark. Now, I'll hold my hands up. I don't know about American football, so I don't know the ins and outs about it, and it didn't delve into sort of the rules of it, the game itself. It sort of just delved into him wanting to be a successful American football player, looking up to his idol at the beginning, and from the intro, it looked good, it looked great. And you know what? It had Jordan Peele slapped all over it. So I thought, Jordan Peele's done this, so it's going to be like another Get Out, another Us, another Nope. Even though Nope, I didn't like the ending of Nope. I liked, again, this is where I'm getting at, I will say, Nope and Us and Get Out, that's where the building works, because the tension's there, you don't know where it's going to go, you got mystery, and you want to finish it, you want to get to the end to find out what it is. This one fails at that. This one, half hour in, you clock out, you don't care. That's the problem with the movies I'm going to go on this list. I'm just going to go over a few, and then I'm going to go a few examples that work as well. So with him, the reason what I'm going to get into in this video is it's the build to nothing, in my opinion. It's predictable. It doesn't have any twists in it that I think, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Ooh, I didn't see that scene coming. It was that's a dream scene. That's a dream scene. That's a dream scene. And that's the little bit of a rhythm in a couple of these movies that I've watched that come out this year that I think are terrible. With the dream sequences are really bad. Like there's nothing that I think a dream sequence can work really well. I think it can build dread. It can even hint to whatever villain it is. This isn't just about him. This is just an overall speak. I'm just using him as an example. A dream sequence can work with horror movies. Dream sequences can work perfectly. You can trick people into thinking that they're in a dream and they wake up and it's a dream in a dream. Don't mind them. They're great. It can add a little bit of suspense to it. But you can't use that as filler for nothing. Like, every sequence in him, the dream sequences, feel like filler. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. The beginning of it hooked me a bit because the mascot hit him, and it was quite a cool intro, like with the zoom in on the head. The camera work was good, the acting was great, and I thought, right, this is going to be a good movie. Obviously, I've seen Jordan Peele. I realise now he didn't actually direct it. We got lied to. He produced it. In other words, he gave them the money to make it. So it's not his writing, and you can tell. You can tell the cinematography's there, you can tell the acting's there, but the story is not there. There is literally no story to this. It's very predictable. It's like something that could be wrapped up in a half hour. But you could have made this interesting. They could have made it interesting, but they just didn't do anything with what they were given. That's another thing. It's potential with these movies. They've got potential, but they go nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. So with this movie, it's got potential to set up for him joining a cult. Not to spoil it for you, but it doesn't really matter. You'll clock out the 40-minute mark like I did. I'm surprised I got the 40 minutes. It builds to a cult, and basically you think he's going to join that cult, and it just goes generic. He doesn't. He just straight up kills everyone at the end, and nothing happens in it. And that's the thing. It's that slow burn of a build up to a generic, predictable ending that leaves you either confused, makes no sense to the narrative, goes all the way back on the message of the movie, like what's the message, what they're trying to get across to us here, instead of it being okay, that was worth waiting for, that was worth that, the dream sequences, they make sense, it was the cult getting in his head. No, these are just pointless dream sequences. See, that's how it could work. So I'm going to quickly mention another movie that I've seen that had potential with the story. I did go in blind, but the story is a similar ending to this. But again, because it got boring, I clocked out of it. It's The Home, starring Pete Davidson. And I thought Pete Davidson in a serious role, this would be interesting to see, because I'm always used to seeing him as the goofy guy, the comedy guy. I do like him. I think he's good. I think he can act, but I can't take him serious. So I thought this movie's going to have some depth to make me think, right, I'm ready. It's going to be like, I can take him seriously. So I was expecting not much, because I heard some bad reviews going in. But I thought, let's give it a go. So I put it on, and it starts quite good with the graffiti bit. It's quite interesting. And then the jail bit. And then it goes to the home, where he's at the home, and it's just dream sequence. And it's flat, quite frankly. You can have a slow burn movie, like I've been saying. This again tries to be a slow burn, leading to a very actiony ending, you could arguably say. Out there ending. Oh, it's not an out there ending. It's the same ending as the one I've just gone over. And I think that's the problem with movies now. They're copying the same formula, but it doesn't work. I've got an example that I'm going to use of a fantastic slow burn movie that works. So basically with The Home, I'll quickly let you know. It goes through, and it's the 4th floor. You can't go to the 4th floor of this home. And he's talking to all these old people, and he's looking after them and this and that. And it's just weird. It's not one I'd recommend, because it's quite gross, to be honest with you. But it purposely makes it gross. It's not like gross because you see 2 old people, getting freaky, right? And the scene goes on too long. And that's the thing, with, not just because of that, but with going back to there was another movie we watched. There was a horror movie, and it's absolutely terrible as well. One moment while I think of it. How can I forget Cobweb? See, the movies like this year and last year, like the horror movies, they've been slow. Like there's nothing to them, and that's the problem with the horror industry at the moment. There's no meat in the pie. You've got a pie, you've got a recipe that is intriguing, draws you in, because you're thinking, oh, I want to see where this goes. I want to see how this goes. See what the outcome is, and it's nothing. There's nothing in it to tuck into. There we go, it's a metaphor for you. Pie metaphor. But that's the thing with these movies. They have a direction, they have premise, interesting premise, together as well. Interesting premise. Thought it was going to be very much like The Thing. And arguably, yeah, and it just, 40 minutes in, nothing's happening. For a horror, and it's advertised as a horror. These films are horror movies. They're not, granted him is advertised as a drama horror, but horror, where's the horror? Where is this dread? Where is this build-up that the movie I'm going to mention now, Nosferatu? Now it's slow. That's a slow burn. And even the ending, like right up to the end, kicks off near the end, but it's not a flat-out action. It's really a slow burn. What it does perfectly is what I think movies miss now. Dread. All the way through that movie, you dread. You've got dread. And you care. about the characters. It's not that I didn't care about the guy and him, it's that I didn't care about the story and him. With Nosferatu, you care about the characters and you care about the story. Yes, it's a slow burn. Granted, I wasn't too fond way back of slow burns like The Witch. I wasn't too fond of that slow burn build, but it's got dread in it. It makes you know that something's not right. You can't put your finger on it. You don't know what it is, but you know something's coming. This movie, you know what's gonna, you know it's coming, but the closer he gets to town, the more messed up stuff happens. That's a good way of showing dread and a slow burn in a movie. You're waiting for something to happen. This one, you're dreading something to happen, and that's where it works really well. When you dread it's happening, because I was on the edge of my seat, tension as well, on the edge of my seat, like, I kind of don't want anything to happen to these characters because I like them. But obviously, for movie purposes, something has to happen, otherwise all that goes. You know, you can really like a main character and just watch a main character that you really like throughout the whole movie, but if nothing happens, you're going to get bored, you're going to switch off. You don't want to sit an hour and a half watching them, as much as I would. But let's say John Wick, right, full of action. Let's just say they take the action out and it's just a story of him taking revenge on one guy, and he has to take down a few guys near the end, but it's a slow build up of him, let's say, grieving about the dog and grieving about his wife, and it's just slow for a good hour. That's these horror movies. Like, but arguably with John Wick, that story wouldn't work that way. It's a generic story that's self-aware that it needs action in it. People aren't going to John Wick for the story, so to speak. As much as it's cool, you're going there for the badass Keanu Reeves scenes, you're going there for the revenge, you're going there to see, you know, him take out many enemies that he would never survive, getting out of fight scenes and just these interesting camera works and the shots. These horror movies don't understand that. They don't understand that people are there for the horror, not there for slow nothing, not really there for the story. Yes, granted, the stories do have to be good, especially with a slow burn horror. You can have the horror like Scream. You can just add kills in. That's another one I watched, which is why I'm doing this video as well. I know what you did last summer, the new one, and that was boring. It was boring. I could have rolled with it though, because it still had kills in it, but the story wasn't interesting. The characters are way too dumb, and this goes down an ending that I didn't think would happen at all. I wasn't buying the ending. That's another thing with horror movies, a couple of them. The ending has to be believable. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and can't speak. I Know What You Did Last Summer's ending, the new one anyway. It didn't happen. I doubt that would, like, I was scrubbing my hands of that movie. You know, and as the goal is set up for a sequel after it did that move on us. And if you know, I won't spoil it, but it's just... But anyway, the reason why I was making this video, like I said, as you can tell, it's just a problem with horror movies now, and I do like... The thing is, this year started on a high note with horror movies, with Nosferatu, and then we had Sinners. You could arguably say that was a slow build-up, but it was two movies, and one of Sinners did it perfectly, because Sinners, because I went to the cinema to watch it, did it perfectly, because it was like three movies in one, you could argue. It had the music genre, it had the crime genre to it, and then it had the horror. I mean, it was horror. People say, "Oh, vampires aren't really scary." In this, they were used as a threat. Put it that way, and you cared about the characters, which is a key thing. Thing is, with him, going back on him, if the main guy died, I couldn't have cared. As a character, couldn't care. He's as generic as he comes along. He doesn't question anything either. He just does it. And same with the villain. You don't care. You like the acting, but you don't care about them. And that's the same with The Home, Pete Davidson's character. You don't care about him. You don't care about the old people in there. You know, a certain person dies who they're trying to build a relationship with him. I say relationship, like a talk. It's just so crammed and forced. It doesn't come natural. Whereas Nosferatu, I could arguably say every character that died, I cared about. I cared about them all. Didn't want them to die. Didn't really deserve it either. That's another thing. They can deserve it. and it can still be interesting. But in Nosferatu, this is where it works. They didn't deserve it, and obviously it shows how normal people that would go through that stuff. Yeah, I could be saying normal. He's got issues anyway. Would break, which I think is amazing. And obviously the acting works too. So like I say, this is just a quick thing. Like, I think with horror movies nowadays, they're too slow and boring. There's nothing to them. So yeah, I just figured I'd make another discussion on a topic that's been on my mind for a while. Like I say, him triggered it. Technically, The Home triggered it a bit. And oddly enough, it's not a horror movie. I'm going to quickly chime in at the end so I don't go on too long. Marching Powder, right? The advertisement for it was lies. And literally, it's got Danny Dyer in it, and it's about him going, the football hooligan thing, and it's about him going to like riots and stuff, and you think, oh, it's gonna be like a fighty thing, it's gonna be filled of it, and it looks mad. The trailer, it turns out it was a relationship drama movie, but boring, nothing to it, and that's what triggered me the first day. So I put the Pete Davidson movie on, and then there was nothing to that. And then I skipped to the end, and there was still nothing to the ending, even though it went all actiony. It wasn't really, didn't work, didn't fit. So then watched him last night because I heard high reviews on it. And my God, it's bad. It deserves what it's getting, put it that way. So I'm going to end the video here. If you like these type of topic videos I'm doing, feel free to give a like, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Ta-ta. Don't watch him. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, no.